Have they delivered the $100,000?
Yeah, I've not received that menu. They haven't. So
right.
hopefully they will pay. Hopefully.
They should.
The Falcons play the tournament. There is clear bonuses and this that they are supposed to get. And those bonuses that they were supposed to get, they were paid 100%. Everything they were supposed to get from that tournament, even before they play the final.
As African champions here in Morocco, they are winners of the WAFCON 2024. 10 times now they've taken this trophy, back at the top of the pile in women's football in Africa.
Evergreen moment we can never forget. How can we forget? It was Saturday, 26th July 2025, right there in Rabat, Morocco. Nigeria Super Falcons made history. You know, I've talked about this story over and over again, and each time it comes to mind, or when I have a chance to talk about it, it's still a beautiful story. It's an inspiring one. You know, Nigeria Super Falcons, they created history to win an incredible, unprecedented 10th WAFCON title. They tagged it Mission X. They went to Morocco with a dream, you know, to not just win a trophy, to not just accomplish a mission, but to empower the girl child, but to inspire someone. And I love the fact that they did that, you know. It was such a beautiful, precious moment for not just the Super Falcons players, but for Nigerian women, African women, women all over the world who want to be inspired, who want to pick themselves back up. You know, that's a story they can look up to and they will be lifted. When it landed in Nigeria, wow, I was like, what are we going to do for these ladies for what they have done for the country? And it was a good one. They were received with admirable love and appreciation. And I like it because we haven't seen that sort of honor before for the Super Falcons. Maybe they just come. Sometimes they will even go back to their clubs in batches. Some that have the time will go to Abuja to protest. That didn't happen. Everyone appreciated this win. And so the presidency said, come around, come to the villa and get your presidential honor. It was such a beautiful time. They received presidential treatment. And we were wondering, what can the president, what can the country do for the Super Falcons? And the president said this.
I hereby conferred on the players the 11-man technical team with national honor of officer of Niger. Additionally, I hereby direct the allocation of 3-bedroom apartments to each of the players and technical crew in our Renew Hope Estate. In addition, there is a cash award of the Naira equivalent of $100,000 each. To the 24 players. And the equivalent of 50,000 to the 11-man technical team.
Wow. Unbelievable. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu went all out. He broke the banks. He said, look, take care of my girls. And that period, I named him Baba for the girls. $100,000 for each player, 50,000 US dollars for the 11-man technical crew, 3-bedroom apartment, and national honors. It was such a beautiful moment to see these ladies, being appreciated. A lot of persons liked it. Some criticized it. Others were like, Mr. President, you need to consider precedence. You just can't come out and say the things you said. What about the guys who are coming in front? Can we still give them this kind of money? Where are we going to be getting this kind of money to give sportsmen and women when they win? The presidency didn't care. They wanted to honor the Super Falcons. And I'm part of those people who said they have suffered for a long time. They get to represent the country, nothing. So this time around that they've received what they have been given, I joined the people who celebrated it, So it was really good to see the president saying, look, go back home happy because you have made the country happy. We were loving it until recently when captain of the side, Rasheedat Ajibade, she was a guest on Chude's show and they had this conversation.
Have they delivered the 100,000?
We have not received that menu. They haven't. So
Right.
hopefully they will pay.
They should pay. And we are all going to keep reminding them until they pay soon.
Please, they have not. First, they have not paid all the promises you heard back and forth.
Yes.
They have not received anything. So let them know because they people want to like.
They've already divided it for you.
Honestly, like share, give them percentage, and I'm like, wait, bros, people, I beg. We've not received it,
Yeah.
but hopefully when they pay it, you would see.
hear it on the news.
You see, I mean, even our match bonuses and everything's still work in progress. So we've not received anything yet.
Rasheedat Ajibade clearly said it. They haven't seen any money. Even the allowances from the WAFCON, they haven't been paid. This isn't new with football in Nigeria. In fact, sports. After sportsmen and women do their bit, they start begging or chasing their monies. And I knew that this was going to be a long ride because the kind of money we're talking about here isn't 5,000 or 20,000 US dollars. We're talking about presidential benefits here. So Rasheedat Ajibade, straight up, I like the fact that it was a light-hearted conversation. People in the NFF and the National Sports Commission probably don't like that she came out to say the things she said, but she was speaking her truth at the time. Anyway, addressing the media in Abuja, the chairman of the National Sports Commission, that's like the Ministry of Sports in Nigeria, if you want to call it that, Shehu Diko is like the Minister of Sports also in his own right. Shehu Diko was addressing the media and he had to, clarify the claims or statements made by the Super Falcons captain, Rasheedat Ajibade. Listen.
People now trying to create political negativity over the Falcons, for example, that they have not been paid, this one, that. That is very, very unfair on the president to do that, because the Falcons played the tournament. There is clear bonuses and this that they are supposed to get, and those bonuses that they were supposed to get, they were paid 100%. Everything they were supposed to get from that tournament, even before they played the final. It's not like because that has been paid. That I know, we paid 100%. They were paid all their bonuses and the camp allowances and everything. So they have earned, that's their legitimate money. And the president directed and approved that they should be paid even before they played the final, and they were paid, including even the final match that they have not played. They were paid the money. So that has been sorted. The gifts Mr. President provided and everything inside of the president. He didn't say I will pay tomorrow, I will pay the next day, or I will pay whatever, but definitely they will be paid. And what we did on that one, immediately the president made that pronouncement, the next 2 days, all the account numbers of the players were collated, their addresses were collated, and a schedule was done of who gets what, this is their address, and sent to Mr. President to direct. They should be paid. The money should be paid direct to their accounts, not even through any third party, and also direct the Minister of Housing to issue the land with their addresses, and also direct the Minister of Intergovernmental Affairs to issue the national award to their addresses. That has been done. Even the Tigers, for example, I want to go there because they too, the Tigers, sorry about it. Those two also have their own bonuses agreed. If you win the tournament, this is what you will get. The moment they came back to Abuja, they all received 100% what was agreed as their legitimate winning bonus for the tournament that has been paid to them. Whatever president is paying to them is the bonus that the president, at his own discretion, gave them. So people should not go and start making it look like something that is, this president will not allow this thing to go beyond what is necessary. The process will have to follow. Because even if, for example, people now know that the president just say they should be paid money today and the next day they carry money and give them, people should be worried. Because there has to be process. There has to be documentation. Or there has to be records. Otherwise, what kind of government are we running? That they will just say pay 100,000 the next day, carry 100,000 and give them from where? There has to be a process where collect the accounts, do the process, go to Minister of Finance, go to audit, go into the list of vouchers, so there will be records of who gets what and everything. That's how government is run. People should not. I've just digressed to make that provision because about the award issue here.
Wow. Brace up, guys. Interesting times. So who do we believe? Rashida Ajibade said they haven't seen any money. Shehu Diko said right after the WAFCON was done, they got their full allowances for that tournament. Okay, which if that was done, then it's a new one with sports administration in Nigeria. Rashida Ajibade needs to come now and confirm that talk. Whether what she was trying to say to Chude was the $100,000 that was promised by the president, or she was talking about allowances in general, that money and what was to be paid right after the WAFCON. But guys, this is looking like another waiting for Godot story. It was a beautiful moment when the president made that declaration, when he said what he said about the money, the national honors, and of course the 3-bedroom apartment. But what Rashida Ajibade said, and keep that on one side, and what Shehu Diko talked about. Yes, I know with the government bureaucracy and all, $100,000 won't just come out. But when the president was making that kind of pronouncement, you should come prepared, come with details. By the end of 2025, you should receive your $100,000. By the end of 2025, your 3-bedroom apartment in our renewed Hope Estates would have been ready, and he didn't mention location. That's another bone of contention. Is it going to be in Abuja or all the different states where these players come from? That's the issue that I keep talking about with administration in Nigeria. But after listening to Shehu Diko over and over again, guys, let's get ready. This $100,000 will be a very interesting conversation. Now, there was a talk, I think 2 weeks ago, saying, the president was saying that he ordered that the money should be paid right away. Immediately, he said what he said, he got the monies available. They're just taking us all over the place. If the players have been paid, be it the $100,000 or the allowances, it's simple. Shehu Diko and his team, it goes beyond just saying we pay them. We will give the public proof, because when the president said what he said, everyone heard it. Everyone celebrated it. The people who needed to praise him, praised him. Those who needed to give him political points scored him. He has taken all the PRO that came with that announcement. The ladies deserve to have their monies. Guys, I don't know, but I will stay on this. I'll try to speak to some players. They need to get their money. So now we know Shehu Diko has said the allowance is paid. I'll confirm that. But the $100,000, that one I know it will be a long thing. Yeah, because if you listen to the way Shehu Diko talked about it and all, yeah, they can't just jump up and give you $100,000. So the presidency needs to come out and give us more details. Oh, the money that the president promised to the victorious Super Falcons, we have sat down, we've had a meeting, we agreed that early January next year, they'll get their money. Before the end of this year, the money will be paid. Will it be paid in batches? Is that money going to be taxed? Is it 100%, $100,000? And by the way, they're getting a Naira equivalent. Details, accountability, transparency, So, that's it. While the current Super Falcons players were celebrating this announcement, this presidential benefits, the ex-players saying, "Look, we did what we did. We represented Nigeria. We gave our sweat and blood. We won trophies. You have blessed these current players. Why are we abandoned?" So the ex Super Falcon players is sent former striker Patience Avery to deliver a very important message to Mr. President. Listen.
Hello, fellow Nigerians. My name is Patient Avre Odeli, a former striker of the Super Falcon of Nigeria. I represented Nigeria and won 4 WAFCON title between 1998 and 2004. I want to specially thank President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu for showing love to Super Falcons players and the Tigress. May God bless the President for appreciating successful Falcons. On behalf of the ex-Super Falcons, I wish to appeal to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and First Lady to also show love to Falcons players that were African champs 9 times. Most ex-Falcons have nothing to show for winning laurels for Nigeria. Some have died, some jobless, and some homeless. Please, sir, correct mistake of the past by honoring and compensating us. God will surely bless you for including sports in your renewed hope agenda. Thank you so much. God bless you, sir. Now my papa be this, so we don't get another one. Now our papa be this,
Drama. Yeah, drama. That's what I'm saying. Precedence matters. And with this now, whoever has done something in the past or who will do in future would want 100,000 years. I'm sure the presidency, they will say, whew, thank goodness the Tigers didn't go to win in Luanda. But man, I've been thinking, Patience Avery, yeah, she had a point. All day, every day, I stand for players because I know what they go through representing Nigeria. For someone come from me and say, "Oh, that's when it was in the past, why you and all of that." Anyway, I'm not the chairman of the National Sports Commission. At that media briefing in Abuja, Shehu Diko also addressed the ex-players' demand. Listen.
Yes, there's this conversation that the president should look at the people that have done there before because they laid the foundation, especially women football. Nigeria used to be a pace setter on that in the whole of Africa to do that. So, but why do you stop if you start? So at the end of the day, it's at the discretion of Mr. President to decide what he wants to do or how he wants to go about it. Ours is to advise as a professionals, and we have to be measured in doing this advice. We have to be realistic about it. If you say you start doing that, you have to roll back, I don't know how many years. But yes, at some point, those that have done very well for the country have to be identified. They don't have to be given money. They can get the national awards, that in recognition of the service to the country. That national award can open doors for you more than what the money that will be given for to do that. So I'm sure at the end of the day, if the framework is ready, if the president is ready to do what he has to do, people will know. We have had a conversation with those people as well and discussed that. So it's not a problem, but we shouldn't make it to look like a mandatory. It's about the president's discretion at this time of the day because he wants to energize the industry to work.
Yeah, guys, so there you have it. The more you look, the more you see. I failed you, right? Not the less you see. The more you look, the more you see. So Shehu Diko, in his own way, yeah, at a point, it's the discretion of Mr. President. He's the commander in chief. He owns the country's. He own the country's treasury. He controls it. So it's up to him if he looks at it and say, "Okay, you guys did this for the country, so we want to do this and do that for you." It's understandable, But the ex-players, do they have a right to make a demand? Oh yes, because people have been coming for them and saying, "Oh, their time has passed." Why you don't know? They have a right because if they didn't get any benefit representing the country, they have a right to say, oh, we like what you're doing now. And I like the way Patience Avery, you know, passed the message across. No bad blood, just respect, cordial, professional. Say, look, just consider us. Some of our colleagues aren't doing well and all of that. The labors of our heroes past shouldn't be in vain, guys. So, because a lot of persons have come for me before and say, oh, why am I saying this? The presidency wants to score points. This is another avenue. Score more points, you know. So, guys, what do you make of this? We've come from Rashida Ajibade's claims. We don't have any money. We haven't been paid any money, to Shehu Diko saying allowances have been paid. 100,000 US dollars will take some time. The presidency needs to, you know, work it out, know where the money is coming from and all of that. And then I say looking for another waiting for Godot story. It's going to be a long, long wait, you know. And Patience Avery saying, what about us that represented the country in the past? We did so well. We laid the foundation for this current Super Falcons players that are dominating Africa, you know. So that's it. That's the conversation, guys. You think this talk will get into a zigzag motion? You gotta be careful. So before they say, oh, it was Austin that said this and Austin that said that, that's why I played what is out there for you to be the judge. Let's meet in the comment section. I'll be right there. Let's get this conversation going. I'll see you around again. Definitely. That's it.